Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about underconsumption. I know I've talked about a lot of overconsumption here on my channel, but I feel like it's time to switch things up a little bit and talk about how you can underconsume rather than overconsume. I'm going to be reacting to some TikToks about underconsumption and you guys are going to be coming with me. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with the first one.
Did you know that the average woman in the 1950s only bought 10 new pieces of clothes per year, and each piece she kept for over 10 years? Did you know that today the average woman buys 68 new pieces of clothing per year, and on average only keeps each piece for 2 years, wearing each piece only an average of 7 times before getting rid of it? This is your friendly reminder that having more clothes, more shoes, more makeup, more trendy bullshit products will never make you more attractive or more happy. It just makes you easy to sell to. Overconsumption is extremely normalized today, especially on social media. We're told by influencers and celebrities that it's normal to want and have hundreds of clothes in your closet. Fast fashion has skyrocketed and become a $100 billion industry. Did you know that clothing production contributes to 10% of greenhouse gas emissions and accounts for over 20% of global water pollution? Yes, our cute, trendy clothes are polluting the ocean with cute little microplastics. If your top cost you $20, the person who made it probably only made 20 cents. I highly recommend watching this YouTube video if you want to learn more about the reality of how our cheap clothes are really made and at what expense. When I was younger and I didn't know any better, I bought a lot of clothes from Shein. I wasn't thinking about where the clothes came from or where they would go when I got rid of them. All I cared about was buying cute clothes that made me feel good and look good. Obviously, it's a crazy boost when you buy new clothes. They don't call it retail therapy for nothing, you know? It's addictive. It's funny though, because the more money that I started to make, the less material shit I realized I wanted. And I hit that blissful realization that nothing tangible outside of me could possibly fill that hole inside of me that we all have. Whenever I want something that is outside of myself, I think to myself, if I cannot make myself content and at peace right now, in this moment, without it, I will never be satisfied when I get it. There will always be something else that I will be searching for. Anything I've ever gotten or achieved, I've still always felt the same. There is no bag, shoes, shirt in the world that would make me happier than I am today, knowing that I have everything I need and that it is more than enough. Becoming a minimalist was one of the best things that I ever did. If you can embrace and be grateful for everything that you have, you are winning at life. I love you. Less is more.
I think that had a really good message and she was also super cute. I loved her hair. I think the fact at the beginning about women purchasing about 10 pieces of clothing a year compared to 68 pieces of clothing a year really helps grab your attention, and it really helps you put into perspective how much people are actually buying today. She talks about how she became a minimalist and the benefits that it has to her, and we'll see a little bit more about that in the other TikToks that I've prepared for today.
You are under spells, people! You're under spell. I ain't under no spell. You are!
That one's so true. I see tons of TJ Maxx hauls because they have so much stuff that's especially like seasonal stuff. They'll have like a whole Halloween section, a whole fall section when that season comes around. And it's really hard not to want everything you see in the store, especially because of how affordable a lot of their products are. And that's just a really big trend I'm seeing, is tons of hauls from stores like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, Burlington, and people are spending hundreds of dollars on things that they don't necessarily need and things that they won't necessarily be using year round. The next TikTok is about Project Pan 2025.
Overconsumption is really getting out of hand now. Apparently there's a trend called Pan 2025. Took me a while to realize what this was, but it's where people are deciding to actually use up and finish the products they've purchased before buying another product. I was of the impression that that is what we were already doing. Like, there is no reason for anyone to have 12 different shower gels. Please, if you are buying skincare, give it at least 2 months before deciding that that product is not for you. If you have a bad reaction to a product, just give it away or give it to a friend. There's no need to keep it in your cupboards. And if I ever recommend a product to you, make sure you are finishing what you already have before you go out and purchase another recommendation. I really do not want to be contributing to the overconsumption problem that is going on these days. And remember, you don't need 20, 30, 40 products to get clear skin. In fact, in skincare, less is more. So let's ditch the overconsumption and actually be smart about our skincare.
Again, I agree with her. I love the idea of Project Pan, and so many of us are already doing this, using our products up until we don't have anything left in them. But for people who are over consumers in general, I feel like it's a great place for them to start by using what they already have at home and getting rid of all of that stuff. Now let's watch the next one.
Underconsumption is seeing, oh, what shoes are we wearing this fall, come up 20 times on your For You page, and knowing that the shoes we already have will work perfectly fine. Underconsumption is not having a million water bottles on display on your wall, but instead purchasing a new one when your previous one breaks and knowing that you'll be able to use this for years to come. Underconsumption is not feeling pressured to buy an espresso machine, a milk steamer, a milk frother when you've never even tried making coffee at home. Underconsumption core is really just an alternative name for living under the poverty line and living in the lower class. It doesn't mean you're poor. You shouldn't be spending any money on anything that isn't food or bills. Underconsumption is being financially responsible with your purchases, recognizing what you already have at home, repurposing items in different ways than they were intended. Me presenting a viable option for people who can no longer afford to go out and buy coffee every day is not promoting overconsumption. Being an underconsumption core queen does not mean that you're never allowed to buy anything else, but it means only buy it if you need it. Only buy it if it can save you some money in the long run. Only buy it if it's something that brings you joy. So cheers to this.
I love that she gives us examples of what underconsumption is, rather than just being like, you're overconsuming. And I really liked how she touched on the points of being influenced on social media to buy things, which is a lot of what I talk about on my channel. You do not need something because someone on the internet recommended it to you. Maybe if it'll benefit you in the long run, it's something that you've been wanting for a really long time, that's understandable. But don't feel pressured to buy things because other people have them. Let's watch the next one. So this is just another example of having perfectly fine things at home that already do the job and not needing to go out and buy more, which some of us already do, but again, a lot of people don't, and this may help them realize that. Let's watch the next one. It says under consumption core, but kind of unhinged. I love how she's using these products until she no longer has a use for them or they're no longer functional. And I also love that she's repurposing items that she already has. Like the towel, for example, that she cut into pieces to turn into rags. That's just a simple little craft that you can do to repurpose that towel. I also like how she's still using her electronics and not buying new ones just because new ones are coming out. She's using them because they still work. The next one is titled Normal Consumption. So let's see what that one's about. This is a great example of what an everyday person's collection of things may look like. She has a few of everything, not too many, just enough that she has, options and variety. Let's watch the next one. It's called Underconsumption Core as a person who used to have a shopping addiction. Again, there's nothing wrong with the items that she already has and they work perfectly fine, so she's continuing to use them. She's also not buying multiple of things that she already has. For example, she has a fall candle. She only needs one. It's for fall and it's cute and it's decorative. You don't need a whole fall candle collection. Her purse. She says she only needs one purse. There's no reason that you need a closet full of purses, trust me. And she's fine with her one purse because she doesn't like to move her stuff back to back, like she said. So that's another good example of normal or underconsumption compared to some of the over-consuming that we see these days. This one was also really nice. She only has a few hair products, a few skincare products, which is all that you need. Notice how she had gorgeous hair and she only uses a few simple products. You don't need a lot of things. Sometimes less is more. She has one pair of gym shoes, a couple of water bottles. I think she had only 2. You don't need a surplus of these things to have good skin, beautiful hair, to have a cute fashion sense. And that's really the point of the video that I made today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I hope this inspired you to stop over-consuming and maybe tone back to normal consumption or under-consumption. I want you to know that you are all so loved, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.